All right, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda? Second? All in favor? If you would, please rise for the invocation. Dear Lord, we come to you today thankful for all the blessings we have, that we live in a country where we can gather together like this and do your work and do the work of the school and keep all the children in our hearts and our minds as we make our decisions. In Jesus' name, amen.
Now we have two incredible members of law enforcement that are going to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, if you would, please. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. By the way, as much as we love our law enforcement, normally we have our junior ROTC students that come and lead us in the presentation of the colors. And as a dad, way before a superintendent, I would just ask us to be aware. We've actually gotten to a point in our culture where ROTC students are being told they can't wear their uniforms by the military right now because they're afraid that they might be attacked by people that are against the military. So once again, if you're a person of faith, I'd ask that you say a prayer for our country, for where we are. And I hope it's not long before our children can come and lead us in the pledge again. So, thank you.
All right, we've got a few guests, I see.
Very special guest, Suzanne.
We do. We have some awesome guests with us today. We're going to do some recognitions for our CTAE program, some CTSO student recognitions, and some CTAE teacher recognitions, wrong R word, recognitions. And Rhonda Samples, our Executive Director of CTAE, is going to lead us through those recognitions. Good gracious. I would like to start completely over and try that one more time. Rhonda, please take the mic before I mess something else up.
Okay, thank you. What an exciting night to see all these young men and young ladies that we're going to recognize tonight. And it's the start of, we celebrated CTAE month last month for February, and now we get to come back in March and celebrate some of our state winners. And so tonight we're going to recognize students who placed at the recent Skills USA State Championship. And when they go to Atlanta, there's probably 4,000 or 5,000 students down there. They're competing in all these contests. And it was great that weekend. I kept getting texts from my advisors and so forth. And so tonight we're only going to recognize the first and second place state winners. But we had a lot of students place third. We had fifth. We had a lot of top 10. And we've been able to publicize that for each of our Skills USA chapters on our website. So if you want to see more information about what some of the other contests and what other students did, I would suggest that you go to our website and look at that information. But tonight we're going to start with Chestatee High School, and I'm going to ask, we have some of the advisors up. So Stephen McIntyre, we have the AP. As I come on up front, so that way when we start taking pictures, we'll already have y'all up here. Stephen is one of the advisors. Daryl Scobman is the AP. And so then if I miss a principal or something like that, okay? So we're going to start with Chestatee High School. And I think that some of the students maybe, unless they got here in the last couple of minutes, we may have a few missing students tonight, but we'll still recognize them because they deserve that recognition for placing first.
And if they come late, please let us know. We'll recognize them the second time when they get here, so.
So we have a team of Taylor Davis, Haley Evans, and Cheyenne Rainwater who placed first in a pathway showcase for industrial and engineering technology, and I do not think any of those individuals are with us tonight. Okay. All right, next going on to Ellie Gordon. She is representing the Chestatee Skills, and she was the gold chapter of distinction.
Mr.
And
Thompson, let's get a good picture in there. Get all four of you centered on the screen, please. If you want a copy of these families, just let your principal know. We'll be glad to email them to you, so.
if we understand to get that gold level of chapter distinction, it's a lot of work. And so we will recognize 3 chapters tonight that received that gold distinction, and so we were so proud of those chapters, and so maybe we'll eventually get all 7 of our high schools ending up with gold distinction, okay? So congratulations,
Good job,
Ellie. Okay, then we have Juan Ortez Aguileras, and he was 2nd place in collision damage appraisal. Okay, Trent Meserek was 2nd place in photography. Now just think, Trent, you're getting somebody to take your picture tonight. You're not-
Daryl, if we could center on the screen and get a better picture for families, that'd be great. Thank you.
And this next competition is probably really dear to someone's heart there, since he's our audio-video production instructor at Chestatee High School. But we have Gabby Chavez, Jessica Diaz, Julie Rowe, and Ansley Sims. And this is, I mean, like a knockout, drag-out to get. So they were 2nd place in video news production.
And Rhonda, while they're getting that picture, these are 2nd in the state.
2nd in the state.
Yes.
And this is a highly contested competition, let me tell you. Okay, do we want to get a group picture of Chestatee High School? Okay,
Absolutely.
all right, we can do that.
Congratulations, Chestatee.
All right, we're going to move to East Hall High School, and I believe Jennifer Gibson, the principal, if she'll come up front, Micah Hoyt, the assistant principal that helps with CTAE, Jamie Caffrick, the graphic arts instructor is here, and Horace Kilgore, heavy equipment operations, is the other skills advisor at East Hall High School. Now, I'm just going to tell you, this one, I just wanted to cry. When I was texting Jennifer, they would send me information and I'd start texting the principals and so forth like that. But healthcare is just a hard area for us to crack in Skills USA. Well, let me just tell you something. East Hall High School cracked it not once, but twice. So I'm just real excited about that. So we're going to start with East Hall with Mia Melendez, 1st place in basic healthcare skills. All right, and then we have Colton Bates, who was 1st place in heavy equipment operations.
Good job.
Back-to-back 1st place heavy equipment operations. Camelia Rodriguez, 1st place medical technology. East Hall High School also received the 2026 Distinction of Gold Chapter of Distinction, and we have Servando Sanchez and Abigail Guerrero tonight representing East Hall. All right, second place, heavy equipment operations. This is back-to-back too. Aaron Garcia, we'd like to see it. Well, I guess you already had the first place. So you got first and second both years, heavy equipment operations. Okay, so Aaron Garcia. He's on the way. If he comes at the end, we can bring him back up. All right, and then George Moya was second place in heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. Okay, congratulations, East Hall High School.
Let's get a group picture of that incredible group. Congratulations, East Hall. That's great.
All right, Flowery Branch High School will be next. And I got a text message right before the board meeting. Diana Lunt got sick and had to go home. So the advisor's not here, but we do have several of the students here from Flowery Branch High School. So we'll begin with Beckon Schatzel. First
Dr.
place.
Carter, since you're the most recent principal before, get in there with them. Now, come on.
Okay. All right, so Brecken Schatzel and William Zonenberg was first place in additive manufacturing.
Woo.
That's good looking belt.
And this is great since we're such a manufacturing community, so.
Wonderful.
All right,
Brian,
then we
keep
have
them with you so we
Ollie,
can get a-
Ollie Farmer, first place, graphic communications. Okay, then we have Tanner Miller, and he is representing the chapter for the gold level distinction and also second place in screen printing.
Yeah,
Come on,
come on
Mom.
now.
Absolutely.
You have to get a good one.
All right, and then if we want to get a Flowery Branch group photo.
Absolutely. Everybody together. It'd be great.
Well done.
Now, if you're in Atlanta during the weekend when they have the state conference, you see these red blazers everywhere. So these next two young ladies decided to wear their red official blazers tonight. So we have Allie Noriga and Ellie Riley, and they were first place in hair design display. And so, now,
They're cute.
Ella, yes, there's, that's right, Katie Martin, the AP at LCCA, and Jackie Jones is the cosmetology instructor at LCCA. And then if we want to get Deborah back up here, just hold the picture. Ella is a student at East Hall High School, and she leaves East Hall to travel to LCCA for cosmetology. So that just shows you that it's great how an LCCA student, East Hall High School student came together and they placed first, so we were excited about that.
Ladies, you think you can do anything with all this gray, or is it just?
Okay, yeah, I'll do it after this talk.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right, West Hall High School, I think, saw Dr. Hathcock here, and Angela Perkle, the graphics instructor. And so we're going to recognize Annie Lassiter, who was first place in pen design. And so you think pen design, but she has to take all the elements of color and design and everything else. And then I understand your pen will be the Georgia pen that everybody will wear from Georgia at the international conference. Yes. So congratulations.
Congratulations. Good job.
All right, we're going to get Aaron Garcia, second place heavy equipment operations. He was able to make it. If our East Hall folks will come back. All right.
Mom, come get a good, Mom.
Let's
come
do an
get a good
individual
picture.
and then we'll do an updated group
Come
picture.
on.
Okay.
Congratulations,
Yes.
Aaron.
Mom and Dad, hold on, get Mom and Dad a good picture.
Yeah, get Mom and Dad in there.
That's
All right, and then we want to do a group picture. Updated group.
Now we'll get the whole
And in
group
that
picture.
respect, you wait, they waited on their pair. So this is
Now,
great.
that is
Okay.
awesome.
Good job, Ethan. I don't think he's gonna cry.
Those two boys.
All right, the next recognitions will be some additional teacher recognitions tonight. And so we have, first up, we have Christy Carter, who is the Work-Based Learning Coordinator at Flowery Branch High School. Do I see Christy?
Get on my Fire Branch piece.
Okay. All right, well, she's been named the 2026 Georgia Work-Based Learning Educator of the Year. And so she will represent us this summer and hopefully will be named the overall Educator of the Year among all the affiliates. So congratulations to Christy. Johnson High School, we have Casey Fleury. Casey. And we have the principal, Mr. Edwards. Y'all come on up. And so Casey was awarded the 2026 Georgia Department of Education Golden Key for Healthcare Science out of 4,000 HOSA. Was it 4,000 or 5,000? 5,000 HOSA advisors at the state conference. I'm so proud, Casey. Only one advisor, and it was our Hall County teacher. I
Of
love it.
course.
All right, next we have Karen Booth from Cherokee Bluff High School. We have Principal Denise and Shannon, the AP here, Ramsey, and Shannon Reed. And so Karen has been representing Lead CTAE this entire year. And so we wanted to, hang on, I'm talking about you, Karen. So we wanted to recognize you, Karen, because only 20 teachers in the entire state get selected for this prestigious program. And so Karen was the only recipient this year. So far, Hall County holds the record for we've had more CTAE teachers go through the LEAD CTAE program than any other district. But congratulations, Karen.
Get them back together for a family picture, and then if her smile looks familiar, it's
Give her the
because
boys.
Barry Walton is her daddy, the retired principal from.
You're in trouble then.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jim. I was going to give you a hug. Okay, and then from East Hall High School, we have Cami Kovac. You have a fan, that's right. So Cami has been representing Hall County Schools in the Greater Hall Chamber of Commerce Leadership Hall Program. And we only get one recipient every year, so we're proud of Cami. We've got Micah and Principal here, okay? And do you want your son, Cami? And listen, he was cheering back there for you, so.
Bill. And if that smile looks familiar, Mike Gillen was her daddy. So
Thank you.
wow, isn't that something?
Thank you, Rhonda, for the exemplary leadership you provide for all of our CTAE programs. I would put our programs up against any in the state, and we would come out on top, I know. So thank you for that.
In the world.
Yes, sir, in the world, in the universe.
There you go.
All right, you really know how to clear a room out.
That's
don't you?
right.
There's available seating.
All right. Motion to adopt the consent agenda. Do I have a second? All in favor? Let's see, curriculum instruction.
Yes, so in the way of field trips, you'll see before you 2 trips. The one in yellow I brought at the last meeting, and I'm asking for your approval on that one. The West Hall High School trip will be brought back at our next meeting for approval. So if we could ask for approval on the Costa Rica trip.
Do I have a motion? Second? All in favor?
Thank you.
Financial report, Jonathan.
Yes, sir. Financial report is before you. Overall, in a very good financial position, running about 3/4% under budget on expenditures. Have received most of our property tax for the levy for the year. Still got a few more to come in, but if you have any questions, let me know.
And Jonathan, any update on the digest? We're hearing rumblings that it's probably not going to be on time for us to pass a budget again this year.
Yes, sir, that's correct. We expect the preliminary digest in late May, and then the final digest in late June is the current timeline we're receiving.
And for the board's information, you have a meeting scheduled in the near future to find out more information about that? Didn't you say?
April 15th.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have a motion to adopt the financial report? Second? All in favor?
As you know, and we're very thankful for it, the state has approved $2,000 bonuses, not only for teachers, but for our bus drivers, for cafeteria workers, for secretarial staff. And Carla Swafford is going to bring you up to date on where you are. You've dealt with several of these in the past, and we've been fairly consistent, but you will again have ultimately your decision to make. But Carla, you want to take it from here?
Absolutely, thank you. So if we provide this bonus in a similar fashion that we've done with our last state bonus, then it would, the difference between what the state is going to be giving us and what the cost would be is going to be about $2 to $2.2 million of our local reserves. We are supposed to receive this information or the payment from the state at the end of March, and so the goal would be potentially to give that with your approval in the April paycheck. And so this would include all of our certified and classified permanent employees. It would include both full-time and part-time. The part-time folks, their bonus would be prorated. So for example, if you are a 50% employee, then you would receive 50% of the bonus. If you're 70%, you'd get 70% of the bonus. This would not include subs or temporary employees or any contractors. We also have some other guidelines to consider in terms of latest hire date that would go along with what the state recognizes as the latest hire date for a person to be able to get a step increase, which is November 6th. And then anyone hired after that date would get a prorated amount of the bonus. So we have lots of details to work out, and we are happy, sorry about that, we're happy to answer any questions that you might have.
But if you could answer, first of all, when Carla says it'll cost between 2 and 2.2 million, those come out of two different buckets. Number one, to give employees the entire $2,000 bonus, there's some associated benefit costs that you all will be picking up. That's one piece of it. The other is, as you've always done in the past, one body, many parts. You've said if one of us is going to benefit and we have the financial ability to allow everybody, you've got another group of people that work just as hard every day, show up in the morning, work till the evening. They would get the bonuses too. Once again, Carla has told you that we would define that the same way we did the last state bonus that we got. But she does have some other questions, and we put those down for you to think about, to give her any feedback in terms of just a handful of outliers in terms of when you came, when you left, when you were hired, and we would like your approval on that perhaps at our next meeting. But right now, what I do need approval on is that, in fact, it is your intent, based on the ramifications and the specifications Carla just gave, that all permanent employees receive this $2,000 bonus, and I'd like to make that in the form of a recommendation.
Do I have a second? Any other discussion or questions? All in favor?
Thank you, and I know that'll be appreciated by your team.
Project funding.
Yes, sir. We have 4 requests from facilities, 1 from technology tonight. The first one up is Chestatee High School Healthcare Science renovation. This is to support the new sports medicine pathway. The next 2 are updating labs at Flowery Branch High School and C.W. Davis Middle School, their Family Consumer Science Lab. The last item that we have is Myers Elementary School walk-in freezer replacement. This is a full replacement, foundations and all, for the main walk-in freezer for the kitchen, and also the replacement of 1 rooftop unit at the gymnasium.
Mallory, if you can pull up the other attachment, please. This is a detailed list of what schools will be receiving how many devices. Jay's team has worked with Elisa, and these are the computers that need to be replaced. Please note that we replace CTA machines far less frequently than we do everything else, because they are more powerful machines and they're made to run hotter, and so we get 7, 8, 9 years plus out of these machines, where we normally get 5 years out of these other machines. So these are high-end machines.
Questions for either Aaron or for Matt?
I'd like to know, what are we doing on those renovations? Is that not exactly, just in general, what are we doing to those?
Sure. So
Updating equipment, or redoing the whole?
it's pretty much all of that. But both of these, all of these labs have a lot of cabinetry, so that's the reason that the numbers are as high as they are. But we typically, when we do something like this, we go ahead and do the flooring, ceilings, and lights. Pretty much we start over with the whole lab. These are labs that are just aging. And then with the healthcare science renovation, there's some readjustment that we're doing they already have the pathway in place, but we're doing some readjustment to make it work a little better.
It's not equipment, it's really just a facility.
But it also has equipment, yes. I'm sorry.
But again, Deborah, and you're aware of this, the casework in these laboratories is incredibly expensive because it's built to last, and we have gotten our 20, 25 years out of what's being replaced, so
I think
great
that
question.
was outdated, and that we weren't able to run our pathways the way we should
Yes, ma'am.
without redoing these.
And as much as that looks expensive for a freezer, we actually came in much lower than we had anticipated, and less than our last standalone walk-in freezer, so that was good news. Matt, for ordering purposes, Aaron, do we need to do that tonight?
We need to do the technology tonight. We're in a situation right now, the quotes are good for 2 weeks because of the world volatility. So this quote actually expires tomorrow, and it could go up or could go down, but I think it'll go up.
And the freezer especially, we need to get ordered.
So I'd like to recommend that these expenditures be approved as presented for East Plus 6.
Do I have a motion? Second. Any other questions? All in favor?
By the way, I'd point out that you just did the equivalent of 2/10 of a mil if we did not have East Blast for just those routine expenditures that we've gotten used to over the last 25 years, so thank you.
Personnel.
Yes, you have in front of you the personnel action items for tonight, and I'm happy to answer any questions about those if you have any.
Carla, would you update the board on their 2 new principals that are in that you all
Yes.
recommended last week?
Yes, I would be happy to. So first, Dr. Christy Hastings, who is a current assistant principal at East Hall Middle School, is in the board packet tonight, being recommended by Mr. Schofield to be the next principal at East Hall Middle School, and we're really excited about that. She's hit the ground running. And then on Thursday of last week, we introduced Dr. Ryan Van Plu to the North Hall High School faculty, and so he is also in this personnel action item list for recommendation to be the new principal at North Hall High School. And we're really, really excited about what both of these schools have in store for them under new leadership as they take the next steps in their journeys.
And I want to thank our board members for the North Hall. Bo actually sat in with the interview committee and was part of that process. Thank you. That means a lot to the teachers that were involved, that their board representative shows up. And Deborah for East Hall, thank you for giving up your day and coming in and being part of interviewing all those candidates. So once again, good news.
Motion to adopt the personnel package is presented. Second. All in favor? Now, I apologize, we missed one of the recognitions earlier. We just went through our state audit that we go through every year, and thankful for Jonathan and his crew.
DJ is here.
Yep, hiding in the back there.
Cheryl, because they were the lucky federal program that was gone through tooth and nail.
We went through the review process, and they had no findings on us this year.
Clean audit, lot of warm, what would you call that, Suzanne? What are the word? Glows. A lot of warm glows in terms of things that you're doing well, and we're always looking for ways to improve. But good job to the entire team for that positive audit report. So congratulations.
All right, now we're time for citizens' input. Susan?
Thank you. All right, happy spring. Welcome to the pollen, et cetera. Okay, I am sure that the central office is now in the process of establishing a budget for 2026-27, and I would urge you to request that a plan be proposed to relocate the central warehouse from a rental property to a property owned by the Hall County School District. Currently, the storage facility located at 961 Chestnut Street carries a $79,000 per year rental fee. That's $1,520 every week. There are other properties and buildings owned by the district which could be converted to a new central warehouse. Some options would include using the vacant gym at McEver Elementary, which is now closed. It's also the location of one of the maintenance departments, construction of a warehouse in the vacant parking lot at McEver Elementary, or maybe construction of a warehouse in the playground at the old Riverbend Elementary location, since it has easy access to Limestone and the Expressway. And I'm sure there are other options, but those are just a few. Just to think about this for a minute, over a 10-year period, you will spend more than $750,000 on rental fees for this facility used for storage, shipping, and receiving. Thank you for considering.
Thank you, Susan. And I would point out, Matt has priced several times the construction of something even similar to what we have now. It's in the $3 million range. We're paying 4% for our money right now. So that's $120,000 a year on interest alone. Not to mention that now when something breaks, the actual owner has to pay for that. So it's a great thought, but once again, we're using borrowed money for a lot of this that we've borrowed with SPLOST as our backup. That's the reason we have the collateral to do that. So it's a very worthy idea, And once again, warehouse space is important, and when it comes down to the economics of what it's costing us right now, it actually is a savings for the district, but thank you.
Frank?
It looks like this is on. The world got even crazier, and there's little you can do about it. You should do what you can do, reducing the amount of carbon dioxide the school system adds to our atmosphere. Reduces the influence of those nations at war. Not taking action is unconscionable. We have a failure to communicate, so I will do all I can to do well at communicating. It's important that you know that wisdom implies sense and judgment far above average. I have information about a dire water supply warning issued in Florida. Residents across the Tampa Bay region in Florida are being urged to immediately cut back on their water use after officials triggered a Stage 3 extreme regional water supply shortage, one of the most severe shortages the area has faced in at least 50 years. Florida's persistent drought has choked river flows, slashed rainfall totals, and left reservoir levels critically low, prompting Tampa Bay Water to issue an urgent call for conservation to help stress supplies from the region's driest months. The utility says water from rivers typically provides more than 40% of the area's drinking water, but ongoing drought has rendered those sources unusable. With temperatures rising and spring vegetation demands increasing, officials warn that without aggressive conservation, including limiting showers to 5 minutes, deeper restrictions could soon follow. We're heading into the driest months of the year when it'll only get hotter and drier. 80 degrees, March 23rd, when I drove here today, and to get those Florida summer rains. The next one is titled Hotter, Faster, Stronger. Planetary warming has significantly accelerated over the past 10 years, with temperatures rising at a higher rate since 2015 than in any previous decade on record. The past 3 years have been the hottest on record compared to the average before the Industrial Revolution. In 2024, warming passed 1.5 degrees centigrade, the lower limit set by the Paris Agreement. The target refers to temperature increases over 20 years, but breaching it for 1 year shows efforts to slow down climate change have been insufficient, the scientist who wrote the new paper said. Who is wise and understanding among you? By your good conduct, show your works and the meekness of wisdom.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you. All right, that's all. So do we have a motion to adjourn? Second. All in favor? Thank y'all for coming.
Oh, I knew that. I was just seeing if you knew. I knew that.